What's the crack, folks? There's been a bit of a revelation in the Battletech community, and unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably already know. But there is Battletech Gothic. Now, our group play tested a rule set last year regarding some of the units that were in it, and we thought at the time that this was going to be a Halloween scenario of some form, which is interesting. But when I initially saw this, my first impressions, if I was honest, was that it was an early April Fool's joke. Initially, that was my first impression. But that's because I'm cynical at heart when it comes to the internet. You know, we live in the age of AI, so you can never be too sure. But lo and behold, it's an actual product, which is interesting because I did not expect anything like this at all. For those of you who don't know, there is a box set that's coming out, Battletech Gothic's coming out in this year, apparently 2025, and it is an alternate universe. So it's like a schismed universe. We have our current setting of Battletech, we have the lore and the history that goes through up to the Ill Clan era, and then this is sort of a splinter universe where there's Gothic styling on the mechs and big kaijus, and yeah, it looks different, and it's interesting. I'm looking at the miniatures that are in the box set, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I may not be interested in big kaiju monsters or and such, or bio titans, or whatever they're going to be called. I may not be interested in those per se at the moment. I mean, at the moment, I know what I'm like. At the moment, I may not be interested in, but the mechs look cool. I think the mechs look cool. The mechs would look great for like a periphery state. I think something a bit odd, something wacky and crazy going on in the periphery in the normal BattleTech setting, or pirates, some sort of eccentric pirates. I think that would be great for. So that's my initial impressions of what it is. Um, the fact that you have like the modular heads for the Atlas, so you can change the headsets, and they have like battle banner capes and stuff. So there's a bit of modularity in it. That's kind of interesting. I'm well chuffed that there's an Orbi in there, so I can add to the Orbi horde that I've been gathering, which is good crack. But yeah, there's a nice few mechs in there. But what I'm finding very interesting is the reaction in the community. It seems to either be chalk or cheese with people. Uh, Folk are either loving the idea or they are not happy at all. This seems to be like BattleTech Gothic. Seems to be the Marmite of BattleTech at the moment. Either you're loving the idea or you're hating it. Now I know people love the true BattleTech timeline. I don't know what we're going to call it. We're just going to say the true BattleTech timeline. The fact that there is no sort of Xenos factions and such like that, that seems to be a plus point with some people. But then there's also folks who've always been arguing for aliens and such, or big griblies in the game. So this is an opportunity to try that out, like, and see if you like it. And they plan on releasing further products down the line if it's successful enough. So if you love like your Pacific Rim, if you're into your kaijus and your bio titans fighting against your mecha, I mean this is right up your alley. Like this is for you, my friend. This is your cup of tea and then some. If you're just like a mecha puritan, I mean, you could at least buy the box set if you like the look of the mechs and use them in the standard BattleTech timeline. Or then maybe it's not your cup of tea at all, and you don't like the look of them, you don't like the aesthetic. We've got plenty of mechs going. But myself personally, I'm thinking these are going to be nice pirates initially, and then maybe we'll see what the story is. I'm not pushed about Bio Titans at the moment or Kaiju's. Um, I'm more of a combined arms kind of guy for BattleTech. I like that we're getting vehicles. The fact that we're getting plastic drop ships. We have plastic drop ships now. We have plastic vehicles that are starting to come in, so they're starting to become more common on the tabletop. Like BattleTech is growing beyond just being solely mecha focused, and more importantly, access wise, it's not just about the mechs anymore. Like the game, the setting is growing itself. And with Catalyst are busy as well. Like so, they've got a good few products coming out. So this is BattleTech, but it's kind of also a separate product at the same time. Kind of is the impression I get of it. You know that it's schismed off. Um, like there's a lot coming out. We've got Leviathan's coming out as well this year. That Kickstarter is due to be fulfilled, and then we'll have product release. They've got other Kickstarters going as well. Um, so yeah, there's a lot going on, and I think some people are worried about the fact that Catalyst is a small company and it's got a small staff. I think they're worried about Catalyst's focus being kind of too diluted, if you get me. Like if there's quite a few product lines going on at the same time, that there's not a lot of core staff in Catalyst, and you can only spread that butter out so much, I suppose, is people's fears. But then you have to take into account that they bring on a lot of freelance staff as well. Like so, there just be freelancers working for Catalyst. But it'll be interesting. Look, for me, I'm interested to see what comes of it. Will there be like a whole other product line? It would be interesting. I mean, more mix is good is goodness in my eyes. I mean, I can't go wrong. There might be an aesthetic of Bio Titans or Kaijus or whatever you want to call them that I'll like the look of, and I'll give it a bash. You know me. I mean, like you're talking to the guy whose sole faction when he was playing 40k was orcs. It's you can't go wrong. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I think personally, at this moment in time, I'd be interested in getting some for some sort of pirate or periphery faction for the eccentric sort of gothic look that they have going on in the mix. But tell me, what's your opinion? Because I see that it's so divisive. It is crazy, like the division that people are having. Like people, some folks in the community are very vocal about not liking this. I mean, like I get the impression that some folks are even concerned that Games Workshop might put a cease and desist out because Battletech Gothic, very similar sounding to Battlefleet Gothic. But Battlefleet Gothic is a product that is being discontinued by Games Workshop for some time now, so that'd be an interesting one. It wouldn't be the first time that the BattleTech franchise has gotten a lawsuit in that regard, taking into account that the game used to be Battle Droids and not BattleTech until Lucas films came along and were like, "Hey, we own droids, so no battle droids for you," and hence BattleTech. That was early days. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear what you think. It's gonna be good to see more miniatures. In my opinion, more miniatures is always great. I don't think it's going to affect more releases for BattleTech. I don't think we're going to get too diluted, which is what a lot of people are worried about, that the focus will be taken off of BattleTech itself, and that this other sort of splinter universe will take away from BattleTech. Like there's a lot of product coming out now, especially for the guys who've been around for years and years. The amount of miniatures that are being released for BattleTech, and at the rate they're being released, it is crazy. If you're around in the bad days, I suppose, where there were still releases, but the print runs weren't that long and there wasn't a lot of them. Like some of the TROs are pretty hard to get your hand on now, like 2145 and stuff like that. But like there's a glut of product at the moment. Like the fact that we're getting plastic dropships and plastic vehicles, like it's BattleTech is going from strength to strength, and I think BattleTech Gothic can only just add to that strength. But throw in the comments what you think yourself. Are you for BattleTech Gothic? Are you excited for it? Are you looking forward to some sort of kaiju on hot mecha action? Is that your thing? Are you looking forward to an alternate universe, a splintered universe, an alternate reality of BattleTech lore? Are you looking forward to that, or are you totally against the idea? Is this sacrilege? Are they tainting the glory that is BattleTech with even a mere imitation splinter universe? Should it just be brought around to the back of the barn and put out of its misery before it even starts? Throw your comments into the comment section. I'll be interested to see people's takes on it. And until next time, take it easy.